Hey everyone, welcome into our latest Traded Black podcast. I'm your host, Shad Dales. Two major developments just hit Texas, and now they're sending shockwaves through both the cannabis and hemp industries. On one hand, Governor Greg Abbott just signed a bill to expand access to medical marijuana across the state. And on the other, in a dramatic late-night move, Abbott vetoed Senate Bill 3, a sweeping bill that would effectively ban the entire hemp-derived THC market in Texas, including companies playing by the rules. So why the split decision, and what does this say about Texas cannabis and hemp policy? With that, let's break it down. Let's first start with the green light. Governor Abbott signed House Bill 1805-1805, which makes meaningful changes to Texas's compassionate use program, one of the most restrictive in the U.S. up until this point. This bill does two key things. One, it adds chronic pain as a qualifying condition, which will expand the number of eligible patients. And two, it gives doctors greater clinical discretion, allowing them to recommend cannabis based on research-backed use cases rather than rigid list of conditions. It's important to note that it doesn't remove THC caps or introduce smokable flower, but it's still the largest expansion of the program in years. Texas is now the 40th state with a functional medical cannabis law. This is a major milestone. So now let's switch into topic number 2, which is why Governor Greg Abbott vetoed SB 3. Just hours before another piece of legislation was set to become law, which was Senate Bill 3, Abbott dropped a surprise veto on the bill late Sunday night on June 22nd. So let's be clear, SB 3 was not a cannabis bill, it was a hemp bill, and it would have gone far beyond tightening regulations. SB 3 aimed to ban all intoxicating hemp-derived cannabinoids, including products made from Delta 8 and Delta 9. This wouldn't just wipe out shady gas station gummies, it would have devastated the entire hemp sector in Texas, including legitimate operators running clean, compliant businesses. Abbott's veto wasn't about defending hemp, it was about preventing massive overreach that could have collapsed a legal, job-creating industry overnight. So why does this matter? And here's the key. Texas, like many states, is struggling to draw the line between bad actors in the hemp space and compliant companies doing things the right way. Under federal law, hemp-derived cannabinoids like Delta 8 and Delta 9 THC are technically legal if they contain less than 0.3% THC by dry weight. But there's a lack of regulation, enforcement, and clarity, and that's created a booming gray market. But SB 3 was a blunt instrument, a total ban rather than targeted regulatory fix. And Abbott, whether politically or economically motivated, he recognized that distinction. Vetoing the bill keeps the lawful hemp market alive while putting the burden back on lawmakers to come up with a smarter approach, and boy, is it needed. So now you've got a split screen moment in Texas. One, medical marijuana is expanding with HB 1805, bringing in more patients and more credibility to the program. And at the same time, the hemp industry dodged a bullet, but it's still under intense scrutiny. In both industries, they're being talked about together more than ever before. So this is no longer just about cannabis legalization or farm bill loopholes. It's about how states like Texas are going to build parallel, enforceable, and fair regulatory models for cannabis and hemp, especially with intoxicating cannabinoids becoming more and more mainstream. The policy conversation is finally catching up to the market, and it's drawing national attention, which in a lot of ways is a good thing. So moving forward, what does this mean if you're watching as an investor? One, cannabis in Texas is moving, but slowly, but in the right direction. With expanded medical access and growing public support, this could be a prelude to broader reform in the next few years. And two, hemp is under pressure, but not dead. Abbott's veto doesn't mean hemp is safe, it just means lawmakers need to get smarter about how they regulate it. And three, for everyone in the cannabinoid space, whether you're in flower, vapes, tinctures, or gummies, this is proof that the lines between hemp and cannabis are blurring fast. So if you're not paying attention to both sides of the industry, you're missing the bigger picture. So with that, that's it for today. And I want to get your feedback. What'd you think about Governor Abbott vetoing SB 3? Was it the right move? If so, what would you like to see change in the hemp industry within the state of Texas and really abroad across the country? Let us know by leaving your comments below. And as usual, if you have time, give this video a like, smash on that bell for all notifications. If you get a chance, make sure to subscribe to our channel here at the TDR Traded Black Podcast. That's it for today. And like I always say, stay open-minded, stay connected, and I'll see you next time on our latest Traded Black Podcast. I'm your host, Shad Dales. Thanks again for watching.